This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talks weekly vlog. I hope you guys can see me. I am unsure. I'm not seeing my camera, so I'll replay this at the end, and if I have to do it again, I will. I want to talk today about the Yankees Hot Start, how I've, up till now, it's only May 13th, guys, Friday the 13th, beware, as I record this. The Yankees are 23-8, best record in baseball, leading the American League East by 4.5 games over the Rays, 6.5 over the Blue Jays, and 12 games over the Red Sox. They played well against what I thought would be their major rival or the major contender in this division, in the Blue Jays. Playing better situational baseball. Again, let me go backwards and talk about why I didn't think this team would do that well. I didn't think they had addressed all the issues that were there the last few years. The bad situational baseball, the bad defense, the bad the fact that, 3 outcome baseball, right? Home run, walk, and strikeouts. The starting pitching, health's been a big issue this year, a good issue this year. Whether that continues is, kind of on the side of luck. But they have played better situational baseball. They have, while they've hit a lot of home runs since they got hot, the end of April, early May, they are finding ways to score runs when they don't hit home runs from time to time. They're playing really good defense. Kiner Falefa is catching everything he should catch, in my mind, at shortstop. The catching defense has been tremendous. The overall approach to the defense has been better. LeMahieu's played a lot of third base with Torres at second. Donaldson still gets his starts, and still will. He hasn't gotten off to a great start, but I think their best defensive alignment is LeMahieu, Kiner Falefa, and Torres, and obviously Rizzo. And Rizzo is a huge stabilizing force on that offense, or that defense, and has been since he got here last summer. Getting Torres off shortstop has been a tremendous advantage. Aaron Judge getting off to this great start has been a big advantage for the Yankees, and everything the Yankees need to do, all the reasons why the Yankees need to sign Aaron Judge, we've seen in the last couple of weeks, both the way he's, helped carry the team, the way he's interacted with fans like the kid in Toronto, and he's just everything that's right about baseball. And these are the guys, when they're the face of your franchise, you got to keep. The starting pitching has been tremendous. I wasn't sure Cortez could do this again. He's been the best pitcher in baseball, not just on the staff, and the best pitcher in baseball, I think. Pitched a no-hitter for 7 1/3 the other day. Starters aren't going deep into games, other than Cortez now is, and again, if it's Cortez, I apologize. Again, pronunciation is, I'm the Norm Crosby of sports podcasting. Well, of course, we'll call him Cortez because I believe that's his name. I just can't help saying Cortez. He and Cole go deep into games, and Cole's righted the ship since he started out poorly. If Severino stayed healthy, Italian has pitched well, if not going well in the games. He's pitched well for the most part. The bullpen's been lights out. Loaizaga continues to be a key part of that bullpen. Michael King has been really good. Chapman's pitched well. Everybody's pitched well out of that bullpen. We got to be careful not to blow it out, right? And I was wrong about all this. And I told you guys, and I'm hard on my team. So I don't want, again, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I didn't see where Cashman had improved this team a lot. I wasn't terribly happy that Aaron Boone was still here. But this team, I can't ignore the start they've gotten off. I get it's only May 13th, and there's a lot of baseball to be played, and the health issue could come into play. But I think what we've seen so far, if it's any way indicative, they've outscored the opposition by 60 runs, guys. 60. I don't know if there's anybody else close in baseball. Sorry, the Dodgers are outscored by 76. Other than that, there's nobody within 15 runs of that. And most teams are 20 or 30 or worse behind that. There's nobody close in the division. 57 runs better, 57 run differential better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Rays. So this team has played well. Aaron Boone's still making excuses for guys after games in my mind. I don't like that stuff. Call guys out a little bit, or at least hold them accountable. You don't have to really throw them under the bus, and you can hold them accountable. Joey Gallo's still a black hole. Please stop telling me he's making better swings, because he's not. And I don't know that he's going to get it together here in New York. New York may be just too big a stage for Joey Gallo. Yeah, he brings defense to the team, but I listen. He's a black hole in the lineup, and that could be their undoing at some point. When you got really little hitting out of your catcher, you're not going to get that much out of your shortstop. He's had some timely hits, and he hasn't played badly at the plate. But when you're going to have those two giant gapping holes on offense, you can't have Joey Gallo, be one as well. And then there's the starters not going long enough. Now, that's probably, again, a byproduct of the short spring training and protecting some arms and whatnot. And you'll probably see these guys go a little deeper into games, I would hope, because I don't want to see this bullpen blow out by Memorial Day. Just keep in mind, guys, as I've always said, I want to be wrong. When I am down on my team and I give you a negative feedback, I want to be wrong. I will always root for the Yankees. I never root for myself to be right. I don't watch games and say, and maybe a lot of podcasters and pontificators do. I don't need to root for myself to be right. I'm okay being wrong and coming on here and taking a mea culpa and saying I was wrong. And up until now, I've been wrong. It's a long season, and I will not root for myself to be right. I want the Yankees to continue to play baseball this way and continue to play smart baseball and continue to be the type of team they can be. Now let's hope that happens. Again, we have to rectify some of those issues. That the Joey Gallo situation has got to be rectified. Gleyber Torres has had some big games, the past few weeks, but overall his play has not been great. And maybe he's starting to come out of it. He was a guy that wasn't sure would be able to come back. Great talent, and I was sure he could play baseball again at a high level. I just wasn't sure he could rebound here. But he's showing signs that he can still play here. His overall numbers aren't great, but I think they'll start to rise. LeMahieu's played better this year than he did last year, overcoming that hernia issue that he had. Again, the defense better. So I think this team is set up to do well going forward. Now they've got to capitalize on it. And the Yankees also need to be smart, I think. I think they could probably use a little more depth in their rotation. I think Clark Schmidt might get stretched out in the minors if he's not already, to be able to come up and pitch if they should need an extra starter. They need an extra starter, and it was Gil last night. Recently, they've needed extra starters because of rainouts and whatnot, and no breaks in the schedule. So they'll need starting pitchers somewhere down the line. Somebody's going to break down a little bit, even if it's for a short period of time. Health will be a huge issue with this team. If they stay healthy and they keep playing baseball the way they are, they could be the favorites to win it all. But then they got to win in the postseason as well. And I'm going to put that on Aaron Boone right now. And I want this team to succeed. I always want this team to succeed. And I want to leave you with that message today. You'll hear me be negative throughout the season. Do not think I want this team to fail, because I do not. I never will. And I'm not going to start now. But I will give you my honest opinion, good and bad, all the time. Whether we're talking about the Yankees or the Patriots or the Knicks or the Rangers or whoever it is, or your teams, I'll give you my honest opinion. I may not root for myself to be wrong when I'm talking about your team, though. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for now. Leave your comments. Tell me I'm a jerk for talking negative about the Yankees. That's okay. I will tell you again, I'm not just going to put on rose-colored glasses and say everything's wonderful when it's not. Right now, everything's wonderful, and I've been almost 100% wrong, and I'm free to admit it. Please, Yankees, players, Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, don't make me be right. Let's keep this up. Keith Thankle for TGI Sports Talk right here on Northeast Streaming Sports. See you later. Bye-bye.
The Hometown Foundation is excited to bring back the Dream Ride experience, August 26th to the 28th at Connecticut's Farmington Polo Club. Join us in celebrating the accomplishments of our Dream Riders while enjoying live music, a car and motorcycle show, family fun zone, pet adoptions, canine demonstrations, the Fireman's Chili Cook-Off, and much, much more.